Okay. Hello friends, I'm Jasu. Welcome to day 2 of JASUBLITZ. We're going to be kicking things off here with some Tomb Raider. The original Tomb Raider, that is. I've got to... Man, if it's not obvious already, which it might be, this is like the 5th time I've run through this, because this game was a nightmare to get set up, so I'm just going to run through it. Just like run through this tutorial here real fast to make sure that I can actually get this game working correctly. I'm kind of down to my wit's end here.
Welcome to my home. I'll take you on a guided tour.
Holy shit, we're actually in the actual game. This is as far as we've gotten so far. Except it just died on the Twitch window. There we go. I'm gonna have to keep doing this every time an FMV loads up. So okay, this is Tomb Raider. It's actually working.
Use the D-pad
finally,
to go into
kind
the
of.
music room.
I've had a nightmare of a time trying to get this stupid game set up and working and streaming correctly. And I honestly don't even know at this point that it's going to continue working, but I guess we're going to just play this for as long as it lasts, I guess. So yeah, maybe to talk a little bit about Tomb Raider
do some tumbling. Press
for the
jump
5th time, as I said, since I've gone through my little intro for this game, for this day 2 of JASUBLITZ, for like 5 times trying to get this set up.
Now press it again and quickly press one of the directions, and I'll jump that way.
I've totally been doing that. Why are you... Laura's not paying attention to me. That's fine. That kind of figures that she wouldn't pay attention to a person like me. But she's very upper class. Her voice is different in this game. They changed her voice actress for like the second game and then onward from there. She sounds a lot more like classy, I think, with the later voice actor that they got for her. Mind you, this chick also seems pretty classy, but she's, I don't know what the word is. Is posh the right word? She sounds more posh in Tomb Raider 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, I guess. Okay. Although she got a bunch of, boxes out here, like in the, what would you call this, in the foyer? I don't think that's the right word. Whatever. Anyways, this is Tomb Raider 1. This is the PC version of Tomb Raider 1. Honestly, I didn't even think of this until now. I probably could have saved myself a lot of aggravation if I'd have just played the PS1 version of this game.
The ballroom. I don't actually run everywhere.
PS1
when I want to be careful, I
emulation is no problem. I was just laughing
and walk to the white line.
At her talking about how she doesn't run everywhere.
Button, if you want to look around, press and hold the look button. Then
so
press
yeah, this is our little tutorial on the controls and stuff. Controls, this is like a really early 3D game, like one of the earliest, in fact. This was, I think not like so it wasn't one of the first PS1 games, so it was like one of the very early ones. I think this was like within the first year of the PS1 and the Saturn. So yeah, 3D sort of action-adventure games have come a long way since these days.
If a jump is too
because the controls are very, I guess what you might call them, clunky or stiff. So, I guess, although once you kind of get the hang of it, it flows rather decently. Like once you understand the way everything works, like you can see her like narrating through the way all the controls work, and there's like it's weird. There's like it's like almost like weird little rituals you have to go through to do just like the simplest things. Like listen to this. Walk to the white line until she stops. Walk, don't run. Then tap backwards.
Press forward.
Then press forward.
Immediately press and hold
and then
the
press
jump
square.
I won't actually jump until the last minute.
Just like that. And like you kind of, when you're first learning the game, you kind of have to go through that whole little ritual in order to make your jumps. Like it's kind of tricky when you're first starting out. Like it's really hard to line up your jumps, and you know the camera control didn't exist back in those days. There was no right analog stick. Heck, the DualShock didn't even exist back then. And yeah, look at this, yeah. But like once you kind of get the hang of it, it's a lot easier to the point where you can kind of start to cut corners.
Except while I'm in the air, press and hold
and now we've got an extra step to it. So if you want to do a real long jump, it's the same process, except you got to hold X as well.
Nice.
Hey, and I actually did it first try. Nice. Thank you, Laura. Lara, I believe is the official pronunciation. But yeah, once you get kind of good at it,
Right,
you can
this
sort
is
of
a
cut
really good
corners.
one. So do a running
And yeah,
jump
just
exactly
like do
as
it
before,
one after another.
except while I'm in the air,
Except I
press
fucked
and
it up
hold
there.
the action button to make me
Because I
grab
haven't
the
played
leg.
any of these
Press
games in
forward, and
ages.
I'll climb up.
Oh, and also, yeah. It'll
Right,
trigger all the
this is a
voice
really big
clips
one.
again
So
as
do a
you
running
approach
jump
each ramp,
exactly
which is
as
kind of
before.
funny.
Try to vault up here. Press forward. I can't climb up because the gap is too small.
She's got a fairly
But press
restricted
right,
move
and I'll
set in this
shimmy
first
sideways
game. They
until
actually
there is
started
room.
adding a few
Then
more
press
moves.
forward.
Like I think pretty much each game added like a new move to Laura's repertoire.
Tap
there was like
backwards, and I'll
there was
jump
the
off
monkey
backwards.
bar swinging.
Immediately
In I
press
think the
and hold
third
the
game they
action
added
button,
that, and then they added
and I'll
what,
grab the
crawling
ledge on
I
the
think
way
in the
down.
second. I think they added sprinting in Tomb Raider 2 as well. Or can you crawl in this one? I don't think you can. If you can crawl, then I don't think I mapped it to a controller button, but I'm pretty sure that you can't crawl in this one. And then, oh yeah, if you want to like slowly lower yourself from a ledge too, there's also like a little procedure for that as well, where you got to like back right up to the ledge, then let go of the, or slowly back up. Like if you just tap it, then you'll fall off. So you're back to the ledge, then tap back to fall off, and then hold X as you're falling down to grab onto it. There's like a weird like white outline over her left hand that's very off-putting.
Let's go for a swim.
Oh, and yeah, swimming. I forgot about that. I didn't actually think there
jump
was
button
swimming
and the directions
in the first
move me
Tomb
around
Raider game.
underwater.
So yeah, that's the basic controls. That's the way that yeah, 3D platformers controlled back in those days. Weirdly enough, the controls in this game were probably just the way the old Tomb Raider games controlled were kind of above par back in the days when the games like first came out. There was like most of the competition were like just very, very simple little like little 3D mascot platformers, and I just have to do some stuff over on my laptop here because I forgot to set up some stuff. Okay, so that should prevent my laptop from blacking out from inactivity, so I can actually read chat if anyone shows up without having to like tap the mouse every few seconds. So anyways, yeah, there's like a lot more, like as restrictive as I said, or as the like Laura's move set is in this game. It's you still got a lot more different moves than you did in than you did in like other of the Tomb Raider's contemporaries. And yeah, there she's dead now. You're probably going to see a lot of that throughout this playthrough. So yeah, I guess that's just my little spiel about the controls. Let's actually get into the game proper. So yeah, I do have a bit of experience with these games. Like I played Tomb Raider 3. I'm trying to I can't I've gone through this spiel so many times. I'm not sure if I've actually gone through it on this particular run. Things actually seem to be running well for once. Like don't get me wrong, the cutscenes probably look like shit to you guys. Like I don't know if that's just like a Twitch thing. In my stream preview window, there's like black bars, like massive scan lines or something that make it look terrible. And frankly, it doesn't really look that good in the first place. So you're not really missing anything if you see these black bars obscuring everything. Nevertheless, I'm gonna watch them anyways, just because I want to find out what's happening in the story. That guy's gonna get ate by wolves. I do remember some parts of this game. Actually, I think weirdly enough, I've made it far. So I've played the remake of this game, not a ton of it, maybe a few hours of Tomb Raider Anniversary, which was a remake of the original Tomb Raider. But I've never played much of like the original Tomb Raider. Like I said, it was such a pain to get set up, and I've been wanting to Let's Play or stream or whatever this game for such a long time, and I could never get it set up right. I actually don't think I ever got much farther. I think I might have beat the first level one time, trying to, do test plays and stuff, trying to get the recording set up for this game, but yeah, this is the first time I've actually got it working right. Oh, and yeah, so all credit and props for that fact goes to the guys over at Tomb Raider Hub. Oh, did that black it out? Did that black out the stream again? Looks like it did. That's fine. We're just gonna keep doing this. It's weird. I have to. Like I don't know what it is. It closes the window and opens a new one, so I actually have to go over to my OBS and then like switch over the active window to the new one that it opens every time like an FMV plays. It's annoying. Anyways, so yeah, so what I'm actually playing here is like a sort of an updated PC version of the original Tomb Raider. Because yeah, the original Tomb Raider is mostly known as like a PlayStation and Saturn game, but it was also released on PC back in the day. You know, they never actually explained combat in the tutorial, I just realized. So yeah, triangle to draw your guns, X button to shoot them. And yeah, that's combat. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so yeah, there was a PC version of the original Tomb Raider back in the day, and it is in fact for sale these days too. You can get the original Tomb Raider on Steam and on GOG, and the way that that works is they've got basically DOSBox emulation that lets you play the game on modern PCs. So that's rather nice. The problem is that it doesn't exactly work right, and it's a huge pain in the ass to set up, which is the main reason why I've never gotten around to, you know, recording or streaming this game until now. There's just like so many problems that I had trying to get it to work, and it's like as soon as I fixed one problem, it would cause like 2 or 3 other problems, and it was just terrible. Is this actually possible? Is this like an acrobatic trick here? I get the feeling like I try this. Ooh, it worked. I bet you this is a secret. Oh, that's not. Yep, that sound effect means secret. What did I find? Small health kit. Whatever. I still found a secret, so that's exciting, at least. I'm actually generally pretty bad at finding secrets in these kinds of games. It's just like back in the early days of like the PS1 and the N64. Oh yeah, I need to get through my bit on. So yeah, the DOSBox version of this game that they're selling on Steam and GOG, or I don't know, maybe it's just my computer or something, or like a Windows 10 thing. I just could not get it to run correctly. Either my gamepad wouldn't work, or or it would crash at different times, or the resolution would be all like stretched and crappy. Yeah, there's no real aiming in this game either. You just it's basically auto-targeting all the way. But yeah, so that didn't work well. But they've apparently, yeah, the guys over at TombRaiderHub.com, I think is the name of the site. They've got something called I think it's Tomb Raider 1 Advanced, which is basically like an updated and basically like they added a bunch of patches to the game. So it's like it still runs in DOSBox, but they added a bunch of patches and stuff to make it run a lot more nicely on modern systems, and to just sort of give you a lot more options too in terms of like graphics and resolution and gamepad support and all that stuff. And it was frankly still kind of a pain in the ass to set up, but I did eventually manage to get it working to my satisfaction on like I guess the 5th or 6th try. Still with restrictions, mind you. I can't actually play the game in full screen if I want to stream it, which is a bit of a shame, but you know, it's actually a bit of a shame. Because yeah, this game is these old school Tomb Raider games like are very atmospheric. They like very much rely on kind of you sucking you into the world, and just giving you that sense of immersion and like isolation and danger around every turn. So yeah, having a full screen would have helped with that a little bit. Although, you know, I'm not too fussy about these kinds of things. Like frankly, Like yeah, I can I don't know what the word is. Suspend my disbelief. I don't know. Get used to it. That's the phrase that I'll use. The controls though in this first game are actually slightly different than in the later games. Like sidestepping is different in this game. It used to be you hold down the walk button and then hold left and right. It was like I think it worked the same way in Mega Man Legends actually, but in this game they've actually got dedicated like or I guess you'd call it strafing. Or I don't know, strafing is more of a run, I imagine, when I hear the term strafing. Or I don't know, just sidestepping, basically. I've got dedicated buttons on L2 and R2, which I believe were, yeah, replaced with scroll and dash in Tomb Raider 2 onward, were those 2 buttons. And then they just mapped sidestepping to the walk button, combined with the left and right buttons. You know, it really impresses me, actually, just how good these old 3D games were. Like, I remember I got the same kind of feel from King's Field. I actually played that game for the first time at around the same time, actually, that I replayed Tomb Raider 3, or that's not until, no, that's not quite right. It was actually quite a bit before that. It was like 4 or 5 years ago, I think, that I first played King's Field, and loved the hell out of that game. Actually, a lot of similarities to this game, just in sort of its feel, and like, so again, kind of that sense of isolation and loneliness and dread and despair and danger lurking around every turn. These are just like very, I don't know, very good games. A lot of the time you don't, and I think a lot of it comes down to the fact that it's like a, yeah, that kind of lonesome feel. Like pretty much every game these days is like loaded with like story and cutscenes and, you know, NPCs and characters. They try to have like very, you know, alive and, you know, like they say, like a living, breathing world, as opposed to like, you know, the kind of cold, dead, sterile worlds that you had in the old school 3D games. And there's something to be said for that. Like, don't get me wrong, I like all the, you know, the new living, breathing worlds and whatnot they've got in new 3D games these days, but there is something to be said for the, you know, these kind of bleak and desolate landscapes that you get to explore in these old school games. And I think Tomb Raider in particular, they basically did that better than just about any other game. I think, only, yeah, pretty much only King's Field comes close. I love the way that you can tell that they just incorporate like just random sprites here too. It's like no matter what direction you're facing here, that, I don't know what to call that, that like just very, very upset skull in a barrel there is just always facing towards you no matter what. And of course that's just because he's just a plain old 2D sprite. Ain't nothing to rotate around. I'm actually lost already. Or I think I just need to get back up there. Like I knew that they wanted me to go along the top there. It's just, can I make this? Ooh, I can. Man, Laura's got like quite a set of legs on her. Like just like, you know, power-wise, she could jump real good. Actually, she could have probably done real good in like, you know, women's basketball or something like that. Like, look at that. Oh, she could dunk, no problem, all over the court. That would actually be. I almost want to see that now, just like Lara Croft in like some kind of, I don't know, sports game. You know, you don't see a lot of like, you know, mascot like basketball games. Like I know there's like, you know, I know Mario Golf is a thing. They have Mario Kart, Mario Soccer. Have they ever had Mario or tennis is another big one. Hell, Sega's got their own tennis game. Has there ever been though like a Mario basketball? I'm not sure that there has. Though I guess thinking of it now, I don't think there is. I don't know if basketball is a big thing in Japan, so I guess that would probably explain that. This is a bit of a high place. So I'm just okay. No, thank you. Although there might be a secret down there. Wait, okay, I can just shoot him from up here. Like shooting fish in a barrel. Or bears in a pit. Did I get him? No. Did I get him? I think I got him. Yeah, I got him. Although, yeah, I was talking about that sense of danger. Most of that didn't actually come from the enemies, though. In fact, combat was not usually much of a thing in these old Tomb Raider games. Or it became a bit more so in the later games. Like, with each passing game, like, fighting enemies sort of became more and more prevalent in the series. But, they were never usually that difficult. Like, you can just mainly, like, your usual combat strat is to just bring out your guns and just flip around the place, and they can't catch you, and there's not much to it. All of the danger, though, like that sense of danger I was talking about, comes from the traps. There's just switches with, like, spike traps you gotta watch out for, like Indiana Jones-style rolling boulders, and why did I want to come here? I didn't want to come here. Fuck. Foiled again. Okay, you got me good, ancient tomb. I could have sworn I thought there would have been like a, you know, it's like a secret door. I thought I'd get like another you know, secret sound effect noise or something. You know, something cool behind that door. Other than, you know, backtrack through this area because you done fucked up. I didn't get anything at all. Like jumping into that bear pit either. That was the bad news bear pit. So yeah, Tomb Raider. Was I done talking about my history with the series? Yeah, I played 3 back in the day, and I really liked it, and I liked it even more when I replayed it again years later. That looks like a health kit over there. Actually, I think how many health kits do you start the game with? Oh. Oh, no. Fucking hell. It was going so well, too. Okay, apparently pausing and bringing up the inventory crashes the game. Fuck me. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna stream this fucking game if it kills me. We're loading up the PS1 version.